like you said, was a woman who had a similar situation. There was a lot of breakage there. There's some maybe miscoloration. There's some chemical burns.
Yes.
Stuff like that with the grays, and you came in because you saw how we mellowed it out.
Yes.
Right? That's what
Yes.
brought it in? Okay. The first thing that I want to say on that is when you see something that goes from very frizzy on the same day goes to calmed down and you got it grouped up, all that is somebody who really knows what they're doing with styling products. Even if I didn't pick up the scissors, if we take you over to the shampoo bowl right now and we have one of my assistants kind of go through with you like how to style it and how to kind of, like you said, calm it down.
Yes.
You can achieve that even if I don't cut anything. The problem is it's hard. It's difficult because, I'm just going to turn you around, because of the situation, a lot of interesting discoloration going, some chemical cuts, the texture is very, very different, stuff like that. That makes anything harder to style.
Yes.
So it's doable, but what you saw on there, for the most part, yeah, I'm sure I got to remove some history off of that person, which we'll talk about and get into, and we'll figure out what you're comfortable with. But today, what we're going to be doing is going to just be a very, very humble starting point.
Okay.
I can tell from your roots, you've got really good, strong, thick hair. These silvers are awesome. You'll have an amazing situation as time goes by, but in the meantime, we'll figure out how to manage it, and it should get easier and easier and better as time goes by. As long as you are aware of that,
Yes.
then we're going to be great, and I'll get you wherever you want to go.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
You have a really good curl pattern in there, so we're going to try to bring that out. Let's talk about what not to do real quick, just
Okay.
from here moving forward, just so that the hair that's coming in never has the same experience as this hair, and
Okay.
so it'll just look different even when you don't do anything to
Okay.
it. Sleeping with it wet?
Yes.
Do you do that? Okay, perfect. Strike one. So, do you know why not to do that?
No.
Okay, so when you're sleeping with your hair wet, your hair's staying wet for far too long. So water is our best friend, even for us, as long as we're not drowning in it, right?
Yes.
So when you get it wet, your hair swells up, and the idea is that evaporation starts to happen, and it holds on to what it wants to hold on to. You go into a dark room with it wet, it stays swollen. So like a piece of clothing that you really like, imagine holding it stretched for 6 hours while it's wet. It's ruined. Same thing happens with your hair. So that's water damage. So the same thing goes for tying it up tight while it's wet. It's in a stretched, wet state for way too long. So you want to avoid that. Second, do you put any like straight up oils in your hair, like coconut oil or anything like that? Okay. The reason why coconut oil is such an amazing item in and of itself, not for hair, is because it's an astringent. It's a natural antibacterial, a natural antiviral, antifungal. It's got really, really great properties, but it's able to do that because it's able to basically cook stuff. Because it's oil, it doesn't mix with water, it's really hard to get out. So it's just cooking your hair from the inside out, and it's drying it out over time. People swear by it because their hair, sure, it looks fine as long as it's drenched in coconut oil.
Yes.
Do you want to be
No.
drenched in coconut oil all the time? Exactly. That creates an oily scalp, oily clothes, oily pillowcase, oily everything. There's plenty of oils in our shampoo. That creates an oily scalp, oily clothes, oily pillowcase, oily everything. There's plenty of oils in our shampoo, our conditioner, our styling products, on our hands that we touch our hair with, and especially from the scalp. Oil does not mix with water, so no more oils. If you need something to control the frizz down, that just means we need to know how to style it better. And we're for sure going to show you that today. You need like something on top of it because it breaks loose way too easy, which I can imagine happening currently. Ideally not in the future, but there's other things that you could put on and utilize that are formulated to be able to rinse out easier.
Okay.
Very unlike raw oil like that.
Okay.
And then the last one is straightening it. Do you blow dry it straight? You are got all of the above. Heat damage is instant. It takes one time and it's damaged from the heat. So are you going to be okay with not straightening it?
I'll be fine.
Okay.
Usually I only do this part.
Okay. You're going to go through it a little bit, especially if you're used to flat ironing this. Especially right now with the breakage. I'm not going to be able to do a lot because of the length that they got it there. So you're going to go through it emotionally. You're going to see them, you're like, oh, I just want to flat iron it. But hold off on that because all we need is for this hair right here to continue growing out without having been flat ironed. And by the time it's out here, I get to cut the rest off.
Okay.
We'll do like a nice side bang or something. Then it'll just be a lot healthier for it, and you won't have to flat iron it because all the damage won't be on it, and you'll have a really nice natural pattern in there.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that's my short list of what not to do. On the do side, shampooing. So that's my short list of what not to do and why not to do it. On the do side, shampooing. How often are you doing that?
Every 2 days.
Every 2 days. Okay, so you're shampooing too much.
Too much? Okay.
So even with the best shampoos, too much shampoo is going to dry you out. It's also going to play with the ecosystem of your scalp. It's going to wind up drying your scalp out. So then your scalp's like, oh my gosh, we need to produce more oils. So now you're getting like dry and oily and all this like very confused state. I'm okay with twice a week at max.
Okay.
So that'll help spread that out. Once a week is fine too. What a lot of people don't realize is they can just get in the shower and they can rinse their hair with nice warm hot water, just fine by me, and just go through your scalp as if you were shampooing it.
Oh,
and that's
okay.
going to dissipate a lot of the sweat, sebum, the salts that we kind of push out, and it's going to get it off your scalp, and you can run through your hair. You can use some conditioner to detangle a little bit,
Okay.
and then just rinse that conditioner fully. You don't leave conditioner in your hair, do you?
No, but I use like a leave-in conditioner.
Okay, I'm fine with a leave-in conditioner as long as it's used as a styling product.
Oh, yes.
So that's fine. I'm going to show you a leave-in conditioner that I like. I'm all about inner sense. I love what's not in the bottle. We'll get to show you that and how to use it as well when we get you over to the shampoo bowl. As far as the cut goes, what are you okay? As far as the cut goes, what are you okay with? What are you scared of?
Well, I know I have like a big round face.
You do not.
So I think if it's too short, it's gonna look bigger. But I don't mind like having like, I don't know, maybe up to here. I don't know.
So tell me this, let's say I wound up and I went across here, and then we got you in the shampoo bowl and your hair curled and it moved up a little bit. Obviously we stretched it back down, but I never count that. If it moved up because it got curlier, would you be mad at me for that, or would you be excited?
No, I would be excited because
I would
I'm
be
trying
too.
to get it healthy.
Okay.
I know it takes steps. It's not in one day.
Right. I think that's a good idea just because of the history that's on your ends anyways,
Yeah.
if we get to knock that out. The big problematic areas, though, are very high up in your layers. So obviously I'm not going to take you down so short. I'm going to do what I can to kind of help the situation and move it forward. But we need you to stop doing the things that we talked about and start doing things a different way and start using different things so that this hair, as it grows in, I've got more to work with and I can actually afford to chop some of the stuff off that's way up here in your layers. This is going to be the big struggle for us up front. And we'll move the ball forward a little bit today, but it's going to take some time.
Yes.
And you don't need to worry about color. Your natural color with these silvers coming in, you look great. It's awesome. I just want to get you the best position possible to start moving forward from here. And the game plan will be wherever you wind up, let's say we do it here. Next time you come in, you'll be grown out a little bit, right?
Okay.
Well, that means this hair has moved down. So what we'll do is we'll put you right back there.
Okay.
So we'll keep you there for a couple haircuts just so that we can get this stuff grown out. When me and you were sitting here together and it's all this hair down here, whole different conversation, so many more different options on what you can do. And I'm looking forward to that.
Okay,
It'll
me
be
too.
nice. And we'll get you there.